What is going on, beautiful folks? Today, we're going to be talking about the reverse discard, when a narcissist wants you to be the one that leaves, but doesn't have the courage to say, I'm done with this, or break up with you. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. Boom. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. So yes, the reverse discard. I've done old videos on the reverse discard, but y'all, as I grow, my perspective changes on certain situations and things like that. So stay tuned to the end, y'all, please. And also hit that subscribe button because I'm starting the official Mental Illness podcast in a couple weeks. Going to be doing interviews, live interviews, in-person interviews, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you subscribe for that as well. But yes, y'all, I got a message on Snapchat. Yeah, I do read my DMs when I can. I do read my messages. I do try to, right? I'm looking for like some public relations, PR, assistance or whatever. You know, I'm looking for that type of stuff as well. So if y'all have experience in that, shoot me an email. But narcissistic people, like I got a message on Snapchat. I lost my train of thought. I got a message on Snapchat that said, "Hey, lady, you think I feel like my narcissistic ex is pushing me away and wants me to break up with them, but I don't know. Is that a thing?" I was like, well, you haven't saw my video on the reverse discard. So let's get into it. Yes, that is absolutely a thing. I know a lot of people, including myself, talk about the discard phase, right? When narcissists break up with you, when they discard you, when they're done with the relationship and they want to be done with you, and they get rid of you, right? They just break up with you. They leave you for a new supply. They do this, they do that. We talk about that all the time. But what we don't really talk about is when they want you to be the one that's out the door. They want you to be the one that says, "I'm done, I'm finished." They want you to do that. That's a discard because they wanted it to happen, but it's reversed because you're the one who does it. They wanted to break up. They didn't have the courage or the strength or the wherewithal to do it. And also, be like, if you break up with me, guess what I get to play, y'all? Guess what I get to play if you break up with me? Guess what I get to play if you break up with me? I get to play the victim. So a lot of narcissistic people get to play the victim to situations that they themselves create by pushing you away. If you break up with me, I'm the victim. I can go on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and just like, even though I wanted this, guys, I guess I'm single again. I guess I'm not good enough for people to, I guess I'm not good enough for people to love. I just want to be loved and love and love and blah, blah, blah. That's what happens. They want you to love, you know what I'm saying? They will use this as they will play the victim card. They'll pull that victim card out their wallet. They'll be like, got something for you here. It is, let me see here. It is the handy dandy victim card. Here you go. Take it, Georgie, take it. They'll pull it out their wallet anytime because guess what? You did break up with me. I'm not lying. You did end the relationship. I'm not lying. There's truth in it. There's the truth in it, isn't it? There's truth in this circumstance. There's truth in it because they wanted you to, and now they can play the victim. I wasn't good enough. And guess what else they get? Like, they can play the victim, and they also have an excuse to move on faster, don't they? If you break up with me, I have an excuse to move on fast, right? Because you no longer wanted the relationship, right? You no longer wanted that because now I have an excuse to move on pretty quickly because of this, right? Because this situation has evolved, because this has happened, I can move on faster. And you can't hold me accountable. You broke up with me. Who cares if I get in a relationship the next week? Who cares if I move in with somebody else in 2 days? Who cares? Who cares about any of that? Who cares about any of that? You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's what happens. Like, they enjoy the fact that you broke up with them so they can absolutely play the victim in the circumstances that they themselves have concocted, that they themselves have created. This is why they like I said, this is why they would do the reverse discard. And the reverse discard happens, y'all. It can happen slowly over time. It's not just, it could be a flip that switches, right? They just could turn on the discard, but a lot of times they calculate it. They take their time. They cultivate it. They mold it. You see what I'm saying? It's a slow release. It's a slow rollout, right? It's a slow release capsule. It's not microwave. It's a crock pot discard instead of the microwave discard when they just break up with you. They'll just start to remove the love from you. They'll just start to remove the affection from you. They'll just start to remove things from you that they, like I said, they themselves want. Like you want. Like, if you want communication, they'll just start communicating with you less. If you want love, care, and affection, they'll just start giving you less love, less care, less affection. They'll stop, like I said, they'll stop texting you as much. They'll start coming home late. They'll just start doing little things to push you out the door. But you don't want to leave. You want to fight for the relationship, right? You don't want it to end. So you might stay a little bit longer. You might try to change certain things about yourself. You might even try to have a conversation with them and ask them what's wrong. And they'll tell you straight up. It's like, hey, look, nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Eyes dancing around. Everything is fine. Nothing's wrong. You know what I mean? But you can sense that there's something wrong. They just don't want to admit it. And with them not admitting it, it can just make everything go on longer. It can make the situation, it can precipitate the situation and make things worse. It absolutely can. Can absolutely happen, right? You're just fighting for the relationship. They're just being manipulative. This is how it goes. Like, you're fighting, you're fighting around, you're doing this, you're doing that, and they are just going about their everyday lives like nothing has changed, like nothing matters, right? They're being manipulative. They're being abusive. They're being toxic as hell. They do this stuff all the time, you know? So I say that to say this. You are not at fault for break. Like, even if you think it's the reverse discard, if you want to leave, you should absolutely leave. I know y'all think, well, I'm not gonna let them reverse discard me. I'm gonna stay. Why would you do that? It's just like, then you're wasting your time. I don't want them to play the victim. They're already playing the victim. They're going to be the victim regardless. And the longer you stay, the worse they will treat you, right? The longer that you stay, the worse they will treat you. The longer you stay with them, the longer you're around with them, the more that you do to them, the more that, like I said, the more that they're going to take away stuff. They're going to abuse you. They're going to use you. You see what I'm saying? They're going to do a lot of this different stuff to get inside of your head and to activate you. They absolutely are. So I say that to say this. You are empowered. You are as strong as you possibly can be. And you deserve better. You deserve better than somebody that's going to sit right here and just intentionally be manipulative and disconnect from you and just act irritated around you all the time. Every single little thing that you do irritates them. Every single little thing that you say sets them off. Everything makes them sad. Everything makes them unhappy. Everything does this. Everything does that. Like, they're just getting on your damn nerves. They're just doing this to be toxic as hell, be manipulative, and getting your damn nerves. Sooner or later, you got to pull the plug on it. Look, y'all, it's dead. The relationship is dead. You got to resuscitate. You can't resuscitate it then. You see what I'm saying? You can't do CPR on a dead relationship. Stop trying to revive or resuscitate a dead relationship. You don't, like I said, especially if they're not trying to breathe. It's just like they're choking on something, right? Imagine somebody's choking on something and you're doing a Heimlich, and then you finally get it out of their mouth, and they just like, all right, no. And they put it back in their mouth. you do the Heimlich maneuver on them, and they spit it out. They're like, oh, I can breathe again. I can breathe again. Stop it. And they put it back in their mouth. They want to be emotionally choked out. They want to disconnect from you. And I know it sucks, y'all. I know I'm poking fun, I make jokes, but I know it sucks. But you don't want to stay where you're not wanted. Go where you are appreciated, not tolerated. Yeah, they might tolerate you for a little while because maybe the finances are in order or not in order. Maybe they need you for something else, right? Or maybe they don't want to see you with anybody else. Because just because the reverse discard happens doesn't mean that they will absolutely move on to somebody else very, very quickly. It could mean that, right? It could absolutely mean that. But a lot of times it's just them being manipulative, being toxic as hell, and just being unnecessary. I hate y'all. I can't explain how much I hate the reverse discard because it's cowardice. And I hate it because y'all know why I hate it? because I used to do it. They used to be my move. They used to be my weapon of choice. So when I talk about the reverse discard, it makes me feel the internal shame of doing it, right? Because I've executed the reverse discard. Most breakups in my life have been the result of a reverse discard, me emotionally disconnecting from them. Like, it'd be me, sorry, y'all. It'll be me just waking up one day, not feeling the same about the relationship. And instead of being a man or being a woman or being a person and just breaking up with the person or just telling them, I would just disconnect from it and be a coward. You see what I'm saying? I was just a huge coward. And it's tough for me to say that because I'm talking about myself. It was cowardice of me to just be like, I'm just going to treat you bad and make you leave. I put people through, so it's putting people through unnecessary emotional distress because I'm a coward, because they are a coward. It's coward. The reverse discard is cowardice incarnate. It just is. I was a coward when I was doing it. Your partner, your ex, whoever it was, the reverse discard of you is a coward while they themselves are doing it as well. So don't let them convince you of otherwise, y'all. So that's why I just say, like, y'all, the reverse discard does happen. And they just do it because they disconnect from you. They emotionally discard you. You can learn more about the emotional discard in my course called Understanding the 7 Stages of a Narcissistic Relationship. Everything, y'all, is available at mentalhealness.net. You can see it go across the bottom of the screen. Coaching, courses, everything is available at mentalhealness.net. But yeah, y'all, it's a tough thing to deal with. It really just is. Like, y'all see me growing. Y'all see me trying to, make amends for the mistakes I've made in the past. But not everybody's going to get to that stage, y'all. I'll say this, just because they don't get to that stage does not mean that you yourself do not matter, y'all. So I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode. I'm super thankful for y'all. If the reverse discard is happening to you right now, y'all get your ducks in a row and go ahead and reverse discard their ass. Get them out of there and just be prepared, y'all. When you do the reverse discard, when it does happen, just be prepared. They're going to play the victim. They might move on quickly. You have to be prepared for this stuff. You know what I mean? I know I should make it seem like it's something easy to do. It's not easy. It's not easy to deal with, whether or not you know it's coming or you're going through it right now. Anyway, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The podcast is launching soon. Everything about me is at mentalhealness.net. And as always, y'all, Mental Healness is out. Peace.